Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, the participant of International Conference on Mathematics and Learning Research. My name is Anggit Prabowo. I am from Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. I would like to present my research with title The Characteristic of Four-Tier Diagnostic Test for Geometry from the Classical Test Theory Perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, a misconception arises when there is a gap between the concept understood by the participant and the actual concept. A judge mentioned that misconception as misunderstanding and misinterpretation based on the wrong meaning. Students have the opportunity to experience misconception in various subjects, including mathematics. This is based on the study conducted by Eliu, Tegru, Guding, Mohyuddin, and also Roslizawati. And students who have a misconception in learning mathematics material will have cognitive development hampered. This is because the characteristic of the mathematical learning materials are interrelated and continuous with other materials, so that a misconception results in a continuous misconception. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the data of the national examination result from 2016 until 2019 in Indonesia. Sorry. From this data, we can know that geometry and measurement materials have become the material with the smallest average percentage to be answered correctly by the junior high school student in Indonesia who participating in the national examination from 2016 until 2019. Why I present this data from 2016 until 2019? Because after 2019, there is no national examination because of the pandemic of COVID-19, and also after the pandemic, the format of national examination had been changed to the other format, and the result cannot be accessed by the public. This condition is closely related to the occurrence of misconception in the material geometry and also measurement. This is based on the Guspariono in 2020. Misconception identified early on will be easier to be corrected. One way to find out student misconception is through the diagnostic test. There is a lot of model of diagnostic tests, and the model that is able to provide the most complete information in making a diagnostic is the four-tier model. In this model, one item consists of stem and then followed by some choices and followed by the reason for choosing the answer and also the level of the confidence in each answer and also the reason. The study have developed the four-tier diagnostic test for geometry and pilot study. The 20 items of four-tier diagnostic tests have been tested to 249 students in Yogyakarta, and then after test, student responses was collected and analyzed using item N and also SPSS to identify the item difficulty index, discriminant index, and also the reliability from the classical test theory perspective. This is the aim of the study. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the method of the research, and this was the descriptive approach of part of research, and development of four-tier diagnostic tests of geometry for students in grade 7. After create the items based on the blueprint and judged by the expert as a valid test, it was tried to 2,049 students in Indonesia, especially in Yogyakarta. And pilot study compiled responses of all the four-tier diagnostic tests from the respondent. And the response, which was analyzed only the student first answer, not include the degree of belief, reason, and degree of belief in choosing the reason. And the type of the response contain options A, B, C, or D. This response analyze using item to identify the difficulty index and also the discriminant index, and using SPSS to estimate the reliability coefficient. The formula used to estimate the reliability was Cronbach alpha. And this is the result of the study. This table present the item difficulty index of item 1 until item 20. Most of the item is in moderate level. It means that most of the item is not too hard, not too difficult, and also not too easy. And it is a good category of the item that is that uh, most of the item in a moderate category. The item can be solved by the student who has a good performance, and the item cannot be solved by the student who has a bad performance. And this is the result of the discriminant index. Discriminant index means the power of the item to differ the student who has good performance and who has bad performance. And from this result, more all of the items uh, is in good category. It means that the item, the all of the item can differ the student who has good performance and who uh, has not who doesn't have a good performance. And this is the result of the reliability. Coefficient of reliability of the test was estimated using internal consistency using Cronbach alpha and analyzing using SPSS package, so that the coefficient reliability of the test is 0.7006, and it is already enough to state that the test is reliable, because uh, as we know that the minimum uh, coefficient of reliability, some reference, so state that the minimum is 1.7. So it can be stated the instrument, the task of diagnostic is reliable. And the conclusion of this research, this study has identified the characteristic of four-tier diagnostic tests from a classical test theory perspective. This test contains 20 items of four-tier multiple choice with 4 options. The average of difficulty index is 0.384 in moderate category, and the average of item discriminant index is 0.513 in good category. And for the estimation of reliability coefficient using Cronbach alpha formula is 0.706 in a good category. From a classical test theory perspective, this test is more than enough to be used to diagnose students' difficulties in geometry and measurement. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.